I'd like to welcome you all here to Seaham Marina today for the unveiling of this fantastic memorial to Seaham Lifeboat Station, which closed in 1979. First, I'd like to introduce some people to you who are going to be involved today. First of all, Carol. Carol is going to give us a brief history of the lifeboat station. Next, this is John Knight from the RNLI, originally from Ashington. So give him a big northeast welcome back home. Thank you for John for coming today. John is in charge of life saving for the RNLI for the north of England and Scotland. And I'd like to introduce you to Father Chris Collins, and Father Chris will dedicate the memorial. So I'll hand over to Carol, who will tell you a little bit about the lifeboat station.
In 1821, when Charles Stuart, the 3rd Marquess of Londonderry, turned his interests to the coastline of his newly acquired estates of Seaham and Daldon, he was confronted by a rocky, dangerous and storm-bound coast. How dangerous was dangerous? Well, here's an example. On November the 5th of 1824, 50 ships were sunk here in the offing while trying to seek shelter in the inlet at Daldon Ness, and these docks were built on what was the inlet of Daldon Ness. In the early days of the harbour, some remarkable rescues were carried out by ship's pilots who sailed in 3-man couples here. By 1854, Seaham's first independent lifeboat, called the Friend of All Nations, was bought by public subscription and kept in a boathouse at the south end of the terrace beach. She was, however, heavy and unwieldy, proving very difficult to launch from the beaches here. By 1870, in response to a request from the people of Seaham, the Assistant Inspector of Lifeboats visited the town to discuss the need for a lifeboat station. Based on his recommendations, by the 1st of September in 1870, the first RNLI lifeboat, the Sisters Carter of Harrogate, arrived at Seaham Station. The Seaham pilots were the obvious choice for the crewmen. And to store the lifeboat, Seaham's first lifeboat station was established and still stands here today as home for the George Elmy lifeboat. The station continued to be active from 1870 till 1997, a period of 109 years. However, needs and circumstances change. With the introduction of new high-speed offshore lifeboats, the future of all stations had to be reassessed, and in 1979 the decision was made to close the Seaham lifeboat station. So on February the 24th of 1979, the Will and Fanny Kirby lifeboat was launched for the last time from the ramp-launched boathouse located in the shelter of the South Pier. We're gathered here today to acknowledge and honour the work and dedication of all of the people connected with the Seaham lifeboats and lifeboat station. During those 109 years, there were 137 launches when 289 lives were saved. Also during that 109-year history of the station, there were 4 RNLI awards. 1874, a silver medal for second coxswain John Marshall Jr. 1936, a lifeboatman's award for Mr. Gear. 1973, for Arthur Farrington, a bronze medal for his part in rescuing 18 anglers from the North Pier. And in 1974, an RNLI Centenary Vellum Award for the station. This wonderful statue has been commissioned as a special reminder and tribute to all of those courageous men who dedicated themselves to keep this coastline safe. Theirs is a superb record of which we can all be very rightly proud.
Thank you for that, Carol. I'd now like to introduce Mr. John Knight from the RNLI.
Seamless. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much. Let me first start off by thanking Geordie for introducing me and for Carol for an absolutely wonderful précis of the history of this fantastic lifeboating community. A few other thanks, if I might. I believe we've got some Seaham Durham County Councillors with us today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the rain just starting as I start to speak as well. We'd also like to thank the County Durham Community Foundation for funding towards the lovely statue that we've got here today. I'd like to extend my personal thanks to the crew of the Sunderland RNLI lifeboat who have joined us today as well. And you can see Sunderland's fantastic inshore vessel just moored over to the side there. And to Roger Lockwood from the RNLI Scottish Council who's joined us as a VIP guest as well. I'd obviously like to thank the Seaham Harbour Marina for nearly putting on good weather for us for the entirety of this show today. And of course the statue's creator Ray Lonsdale, as well as the amazingly dedicated East Durham Heritage Group. The history that you've just heard about here in Seaham is a wonderful one, but it's one of hundreds of communities just like it all around the coast, and particularly here in the northeast. I would say that, of course, being hugely biased, but every community that builds itself on the sea, that drives from prosperity from the sea as well, obviously has to face the danger and the peril that never goes away from interacting with the waves, from interacting with the shore. And the RNLI is built on the courage and bravery of fantastic individuals, many of whom you've heard about today, that risk their lives, that show dedication beyond what would be expected of anybody to save other people when their lives are in peril. But as Carol rightfully says, times change. We have worked very, very hard in the RNLI over hundreds of years to make what we do safer and improve it each time. And indeed, lifeboats, whether they're launched from here or from Sunderland or from Tynemouth, lifeboats really is just a small part of what we actually do in the RNLI. Because in truth, the RNLI is about people, about the wonderful people that demonstrate this amazing commitment and do those wonderful things. The never-ending story of our people, that is our heritage and our history, is kept alive by fantastic people like the East Durham Heritage Group, who've got an amazing centre over there and have worked really, really hard, not only to bring the George Elmy back here to see him where it belongs, but also to further commemorate that work with that statue today. And it's very humbling for me, a lad from Ashington, to see all of you here today from the Seaham community here to honour this years and years after our operational lifeboat station here is closed. And that really underlines the point that every single one of you is a lifesaver. Every single one of you that comes out to respect and underline the importance of safety at sea. And every single one of you honours the history of the brave men and women that make up the RNLI in the past and today. You are all lifesavers, and it is my absolute privilege to stand here amongst you today and unveil this wonderful statue to the lifeboat station, to the sacrifice and to the amazing dedication of the community of Seaham. So thank you very much for having me along, and let's see if we can get this to work.
Thanks very much for that, John. I'd just like to present you with a small memento of this occasion today.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Oh, that's beautiful.